Welcome back. I have Jerod Mayo with me, who is a linebacker for the New England Patriots. Welcome. Glad to have you.
Hey, glad to be here.
I know you're back here for the camp and everything, but let's talk a little bit about you growing up. I knew you grew up in the Hampton area. You played rec ball. Do you remember who your coaches were in the rec ball?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. Coach Chapman down there at Woodland Wildcats, man. Had a great time out there. I've been playing football here a long time. So.
Now, did you have a passion at the beginning for it, or did you have your eye on other sports? Was football always your thing?
No, I played basketball, football, baseball, and soccer growing up. Then football just kind of came natural to me. Everybody started growing taller, and I started growing thicker. So
right.
Football was my sport.
Now, in football, you always been a hitter. Is that what you always like to do?
I've always liked hitting. Even when I played running back, you know, people who saw me play here growing up, they knew I played running back. So I played running back like I did the linebacker position. So right. I like hitting.
All right, and then you went to Kickotan. Had a good career over Kickotan. Talk about some of those coaches you had.
Yeah, you know, Coach Austin, Coach Thompson, Coach Thomas, those guys, you know, really made an impact on my life, not only as being a football player, but as far as being a man in general. So I owe a lot to those guys.
Well, yeah, and see, that's what I'm trying to get across to people, that you don't just get from a coach how to play sports, but how to get along in life,
exactly.
How to become a better individual.
Exactly, and you know, I can't sit here and tell you all the things they taught me these lessons in
right.
life and things like that, but they made an impact on my life and helped me be where I am today.
All right, before we go on to your college, you have some brothers that also came through the Kickotan system.
Yep.
Talk a little, just to mention your brothers for me.
Yeah, my older brother, Shemai, he came through. He was the first one to come through. And then my two younger brothers, Duran and Derek Mayo, all of us played linebacker, all of us played for Kickotan High School, so it was a good time.
Yeah, it was like there's Mayos all over the place.
Yeah, Mayos all over, man.
All right, then you graduate from Kickotan, and you go on to college.
Yep.
Talk about Tennessee. You're going down there at Neyland Stadium,
right?
Huge stadium, many people. You walk out on that field, what was that like?
Oh, it was crazy. As soon as that tee would open up, you knew it was time to play football. The hair would stand up on the back of your neck, and it was time to go. It was a great experience for me.
Talk about some of the coaches and what you learned down there, some of the techniques and all that helped you.
You know, nobody gets better than Coach Foreman. You know, Coach Foreman really emphasizes basics and technique and things like that. But my defensive coordinator, Coach Chavis, really taught me how to study film, how to break down opponents to become a better football player.
Right. Now, going through did you play all 4 years? Were you fortunate to play the full 4 years?
Well, you know, I left early as a redshirt junior.
Right.
So I left early and went to the NFL.
Right. Now, how was that feeling when you got the call?
It was great. You know, Coach Belichick called me. It was the 10th pick of the draft, so I was very excited. Those guys had won 18 games the previous year, so I couldn't ask for anything more.
All right, now you go up there. You're going up there as a linebacker with some people going to be in the Hall of Fame, no
right.
doubt. Brewski and Junior Seau, just to mention a couple.
Right.
What was that like? Would you like? How did you get their information, and how did you learn?
I would ask them questions, but at the same time, those guys would pull me to the side and kind of teach me how to be a good football player and how to be a good man. You know, we call it the Patriot way. You know, on and off the field, handling business, and that's what those guys taught me how to do.
Well, and you I'm sure, like a sponge.
I definitely was like a sponge. I would sit there and listen as much as possible. And I wouldn't say too much because those guys have been playing for 12 and 14 years. So, you know, Junior Seau is the leading tackler ever in the NFL.
Right.
So that's a good goal to set, and I try to follow his lead.
All right. So now with all that going on, as a rookie, did you think, okay, well, I can? Did you know you could step right in and do it? Did you have that feeling?
I didn't know. You know, like I said, going into an organization like the Patriots who win a lot of games and don't really rely too much on younger players, I thought I would come in and contribute like I could, you know, any way the coach asked me to. And it just happened that I was blessed to be able to start that season and go on to win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Right. Now, talk about that, because that's an honor that just doesn't come along. Rookie, you have one chance to get that, baby.
Yeah, you have one chance to get it. And, you know, fortunately, I was surrounded by a good group of guys like we talked about before, and those guys really helped me along the way.
Talk to me a little bit about your defensive coaches up there, because I know Belichick is the head man,
right?
But you had some defensive coaches that really worked on you and helped you do the techniques and to read the linemen and all those things. Talk a little bit about that.
You know, like you said, it starts with Coach Belichick. He's a defensive-minded coach. You know, he did an excellent job just keeping me after and making me come to workouts early and things like that. But Coach Matt Patricia really took me under his wing. You know, it was his second year coaching the linebackers and really, you know, kind of tutored me along the way.
All right, now it's not just all on the field, is it? You have a lot to talk about the film sessions because a lot of people don't understand. You guys watch a lot of film.
Right. You know, I go in at 7, I get home at about 7. So, 12-hour days. And you're only on the practice field an hour and a half. So you do the math as much film study as we do.
Right. Now, when you're doing the film, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the techniques of the offensive lineman you're going to go against? What?
Just looking for different tendencies, the different things that the offense are doing, tips, just different things like that. And you go out and do it on Sunday.
I know you've been doing it on Sunday, and you have been doing this thing since you were just a kid. Did you envision when you started where you would be today? I know you dreamed.
Yeah, I would dream these type of things, and I never envisioned that I would make it here. But, hard work, surrounding myself with good people, and a lot of blessings really got me where I am today.
Now, if you were to tell a youngster, what would you tell him how to prepare to the next level?
Just to work hard, outwork your opponent. Put that extra time in. When those guys are going outside, to run around, play basketball, things like that. If you want to be a football player, you go out and run some routes, or go out there and tackle a dummy or something like that. Just work harder than the next guy.
Just beat the other guy.
Exactly.
Good enough. Appreciate you taking time
thanks for having me.
coming in. Stay tuned for our next guest.